What's going on, everybody? It's been a while. This is the Art of Sound. This is the 60th version, the 60th video since the very first time I started. So uh, I want to appreciate everybody for joining me. We had a bit of a lag today, a little technical difficulties. Some everybody say that when they go live, but it's true. Um, I haven't been doing this in a while. So this is my first time back in a while, like a few months. I used to do these every Thursday. I started out every 7 p.m. at night on Thursdays, but it's always been on Thursdays, and then bumped them up to 12 o'clock, 12 p.m., 12 noon Central Standard Time. And it's just really been in me to come back, to give back and show people and help people because I'm doing it every day constantly. So I figured, why not come back? And plus, not only that, I have a lot of people who has been asking me about the show, like, when you coming back, or are you coming back? So I decided to come back, and I'll be back for a while doing these shows. Been fighting a little cold, so it might be a little raspy sound in my voice, but there's been a lot of things that's been happening since between episode 59 and 60. All right, a lot of things has been happening. I was able to put out my first music production course. Is really geared towards those beginners, intermediate type. If you are somewhere in there, and even some advanced. I have some things in there, some techniques that can probably be useful for anybody actually. So if you are advanced and you figure, nah, this not for me, it might be something in there for you as well. You know, but if not, I totally understand. I totally understand. You got your things together, because this is one thing I've learned through my entire life. I do this. You understand what I'm saying? I've been doing this since 1998. I want to say, like, when I first got in high school around that time. Um, every day I'm constantly learning new stuff over and over and over. All right. So I never stopped learning. Went to school, Full Sail University, got my bachelor's of science in music production. And I have a degree in music production, but I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? And if I could learn something from a 12-year-old, I'm gonna take that and run with it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, anyway, if you guys are interested in taking a look at that, learning more about that, it's on the website. Just visit the website at ksound.com/ASU. It is the Art of Sound new music production course that I have available for you guys. Um, Also, I have I have been really gracious enough to be asked to join another site. This fella here is from London. He's from London, and he found me on YouTube doing things like this, and he asked me to become a part of his site as blogging as well. So the website address is learnbeatmaking.com. All right, and he goes by the name of Stephen Guy. That's his name. Stephen Guy is a London music producer music producer from London, and the I am one of the bloggers on his site. It is learnbeatmaking.com. Check that out one time. I only have like maybe one one blog on there at the moment. Um, I gotta constantly check my settings because I was offline not too long ago trying to do the setting everything up, and I don't know what happened, and my internet is pretty not good. So please bear with me if the internet is like kind of blurry going in and out. I don't have the I used to have good internet, but I had to downgrade. And as you can see, my setup is totally different from what you guys usually see in my videos. That's because I moved, and I had to downgrade a little bit in the small little area. But this is good because I have some people who ask me about what they need to do music production, and to prove to you that you don't need that much to do great music. Here is my setup. It's very minimum basic. You guys probably familiar with the more so tan or light brown desk I had. It was pretty wide. I was able to fit a lot of things on my desk. I was able to put my keyboard on there and things like that. But I had to throw that in storage and kind of condense. Went to Walmart, picked this up for about maybe $20. You know, little desk. I hate it, but it's getting the job done. Is holding my things together, and so that's all that matters right now until I can get myself to where I want to go. All right. Um, um, Studio 1 3. All right. That's the new thing that's been happening with me. I have a bunch of videos, or I've done a lot of projects in Logic Pro X. All right. So on my channel, you probably see a lot of those Logic Pro videos or whatever. But I found something I felt was a step up, a step above. There are still some things that needs to be, and you guys let me know if you can hear me, because I'm not sure if I'm coming through clear or coming through loud enough or whatever. I'm gonna go to my Q&A so you guys can ask whatever questions. Um, Sorry about that. Yeah. I'm gonna try to keep my other window open in case you guys have any questions coming in from the event page. But yeah. So Studio 1 3 happens to be, what's going on right now. And I want to show you guys this project I began to work on. Also, before we go further, I want to mention that I am one of the partners of GMT Gospel Multitracks. You can visit the site gospelmultitracks.com. We have a bunch of stems for musicians, just people who need music to go along with their church service, or whatever. So I'm a part of that as well. Um, we are a proud partner of loopcommunity.com. So we, those are our partners or whatever. If you are, a church musician into that, go to gospelmultitracks.com and browse around and see what you like. We try to have like the latest stuff and some of the older stuff, on there. We just trying to build a category, a variety of things, old, new, hip, slow, whatever. We still building. So yeah, moving forward, moving along. This is Studio One, and I'm going to change my screen so you guys can see exactly what I'm looking at. Just give me 1 second. Once again, I want to thank you guys for coming back. You know, I used to do this every week, and I'm picking it up again every week, every Thursday, 12 p.m. And these videos are being archived, just so you guys know. So if you miss, anyone miss, feel free. You can come back anytime and view it. Um, got a question come in. Uh, okay, cool, awesome, awesome. My boy, mix editing, sound recording. I don't know how to say this. Is it iApple? I need to get your name, brother, instead of reading the long description. Um, but yeah, he just let me know that everyone can hear me. Okay, awesome. I appreciate that. I really do. I really appreciate that. All right, so we're gonna get started, and really these videos are more so geared towards anyone with questions. You know, I'm doing something on the fly. You can ask me questions on the fly. You know, um, any questions you may have throughout the week, and you know, you waited till Thursday to ask the question, or you can ask the question throughout the week. It really doesn't matter. But let me get this session set up. This song. When I was loading it up, there was some things that might not be, they might not come up. I don't know. Just looking at some error message or whatever. But like I told you, I was gonna switch my screen. Let me switch that. Trail. Thank you, Trail. Appreciate it. So that's what I'm gonna call you. That was real. That let me know that everyone can hear me. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, so I'm gonna share my desktop with you guys, and so you can see what's going on. So basically, inside of Studio One 3, we don't lose any functions, and again, this is really coming from Logic Pro. You know, all of the things that I love, like using my contact library, all of my native instruments, the plugins, some of the instruments that I have. Like if I was to go to instruments, as you can see, there's a thumbnail of everything. Supposedly, I was viewing a thumbnail earlier of everything that I set, but basically, um, I don't know. It's something I have to get used to. It's like sometimes they want all the thumbnails that I set want to pop up, and then sometimes they don't. But again, that was the error message I had. I probably need to restart Studio One because um I load a I loaded up a I load this up without my hard drive on because I have all of my samples and things streaming from my hard drive, and I think that's what happened. So I might end up, well, it doesn't matter. It's working now, I think. So this is something I'm working on for TV actually. So I'm using the synth master, which is awesome. I love this thing. All right. So also what I have going is the machine studio, missing library. Wow. Never seen that before. All right. So I think that's what's going on. Let me reboot this here. Let's let's reboot this. Not the computer, but we're gonna reboot that because now I'm getting other issues. And again, I load up the project um, without my hard drives on, so it's not acting right. All right, all right. So I guess I'll talk to you guys until I can get this resolved. Oh wow! So it's like it just came right in. Yeah. See, these other samples ain't coming in. Yeah. Let's go ahead and reboot this. You're gonna reboot this. And sometimes this happens, when you got to reboot because something ain't doing what it's supposed to do. And typically that happens when I was just so excited and just trying to rush to get to get live, get on live, and show you guys what's going on. Um, Forgot to turn on my hard drive, and yeah, I usually turn my hard drive on the same time I turn on my computer, so everything can kind of warm up and that type of thing. But this time it was a little different. All right, so we're gonna load this up again, see what happens. So what I did was I bought well, I didn't buy, I downloaded the free demo from Personas, the Studio One 3 professional version, the demo version. And I liked it to the point where I went ahead and purchased it. I think I was maybe a week and a half into the demo, but the demo gives you 30 days. All right. But it didn't take me 30 days to make a decision. So I just figured, and the first things I was doing was mixing. I was mixing a lot of projects, and then I went into the music production side of it. And okay, for some reason, I still don't want to. I'm gonna have to do something inside of contact and rescan my files because sometimes I have to do that every once in a while. So yeah, this is crazy. I ain't had no issues like this since the first week I started doing these live shows. And then I got good at it and I was a pro. I was doing it. I was coming in, doing my thing. And then yeah, it just took me a long time to come back. And now it's like I forgot to do everything. That's what took me so long to. I was trying to show you guys how well the interaction between Machine Studio and Studio One 3 works. Because I get a lot of those questions. Hey, do Machine work? Yeah, it works. And I had someone else ask me how do I pull it up as a plugin, but this was inside of Logic Pro, and it's basically simple. But when doing it inside of Studio One, instead of looking for that plugin in your channel or on that channel, I can go and search in the browse area and just drag over my instrument. That's what I love about Studio One, how I can do that, just drag and drop things over instead of looking for it because, I mean, you can look for it the traditional way, or you can just drag it over. You have two options inside of Studio One 3 or Studio One period. I believe that was something that they were doing forever. You might hear a little sound because I'm like a little glitch sound. Yeah, Native Instruments decided to update on me just now because I'm up. I just see this stuff should have been done early, but I didn't know this was going to happen. All right, so it's not like I'm unorganized or whatever, which it is because I'm live. Can't edit this out, but that's exactly what that's exactly what Machine is doing right now. And again, I only experienced this stuff. I've only experienced this like I could count on my finger, like maybe 4 times overall having Machine, and I had this thing for man. It came out when I forgot when it came out. When this thing came out, I got it like maybe I want to say 2 to 3 months after it dropped. You know, because it was one of those things like, man, wait, they dropped a studio? Wow, really? Man, I gotta save up some money to get that. And then got that, and then I've been using it ever since then. So while I was doing that, got some more questions. Okay, Jules say, what DAW were you using before Studio One production and mixing? Um, I was using Logic Pro. I started out in Pro Tools years ago. It was like 2005, 2006, something like that. And I got my hands on Logic Pro 8, and since then I've just been doing everything. I just thought it was brilliant how Logic Pro came with a bundle of plugins and instrumentation. It came with instruments as well, so I can do full blown music production and turn around and mix in the same DAW. That's kind of where I was. I didn't want to do the do one thing in one DAW and then bounce it out and do it something else in another DAW. that was just like, as far as my workflow, I wanted everything to just be like, bam, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because at first, even before all of that, before I got into the computer world, I was doing the MPC 2000, and then I had a Triton keyboard, and I had those MIDI sync together, time clock, and all that stuff, and it had that come into um, at the time it was a recording studio that I was at, who I was a part of, and it was I think it was a Mackie board. It was like a 48 channel or something like that, and we were coming into that via ADATs and moving up the faders on the board, via the ADATs channels that was connected. And that's how I was doing it before then. And then I moved into the Pro Tools, and then I was doing the same technique, dumping out all of my music from the hardware devices into Pro Tools, and then eventually just left all that behind, and came on over to Logic Pro, and been doing that for years. And then recently, I say maybe I want to say 2 or 3 months. Well, has it been that long since when Studio One 3 dropped? That's when I got on board. But I learned about Studio One. Um, I knew about it ever since, I say, before 2013. I say 2013 is because I was really thinking about switching in 2013, and I was like, right when Logic Pro X dropped, because it was Logic Pro 9 before, and it was the 9 for a long time, and it was like, we need an update, like, because there's some things that I know that my other producer buddies doing, and not even that. It was just, just 9 was just here forever. It was nothing new and fresh about it. Every once in a while you get bored. But anyway, yeah, it was Studio One. I'm sorry, it was Logic Pro, and I still have Logic Pro. I still work in it from time to time. I have some projects I'm still working in, or some stuff people still sending me. So yeah, man, that's a good question. Um, Usual Music says, "What up, K? Long time." Yeah, I know, right? See, these are some of my people that my real supporters that used to come watch me do these videos, and I appreciate y'all coming back, man. That's what's up, man. I really do appreciate that. Um, Unusual Music also says, "Why didn't you go with Reason since you've always wanted it?" And I do. I still want Reason. Uh, I know you heard me mention that every once in a while. I still want Reason, and I think I'm going to still um, get a hold to it. But the reason why I got Studio One 3 is because I need to be able to do the things I was doing inside the Logic Pro, which is the plugins that I had, that I was using, um, and just the third party stuff is what makes my music come alive. It wasn't just the stock plugins. I use a lot of stock plugins, a lot of stock instruments inside of Logic, but I was using a lot of, like, for instance, Native Instruments. Native Instruments came with a boatload of plugins. I need to be able to use that. Inside of Reason, I don't think you can do that. I think they have their own set dedicated plugins that you can use inside of Reason, and so that means I can't use my Native Instruments and Contact and Wave plugins, or whatever plugins I have. So for mixing purposes, I would love to mix inside of Reason, but I'm just, because of the workload, I'm used to a fast work pace, and when I get a hold to Reason, I'm actually, but I know Reason, you're gonna have to actually learn Reason for what it was made for, because you're not gonna have your API plugs and your RC48s. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have those access to those, but those I'm sure Reason got some really nice stuff, you know, alternatives or whatever. And I like Reason. I like, to me, when I'm thinking in my head, I'm just thinking it's a great music production tool, is what I'm thinking. But yeah, that's awesome that you remember that. All right, another question. Oh, you was using all the old good stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm, I've been doing this. I don't want to seem like I'm the guru or whatever, but I've been doing it for a long time. You know, I've been doing this for a while, and this was why. See, a lot of people go to school, and then whatever happens after that. I started doing it, and that's the beauty of music production. You just start doing it, and then I felt like I needed to take it a next step, and so I invest in my education and went to Full Sail and got a degree in it. And then you know, yeah. So I started out like I think when computers were still with the big back on it, because my buddy had one. The ones that was flash screen monitors or laptops or whatever. That stuff was a little bit still expensive when I started getting it. So my buddy, he had Fruity Loops on his big, is them real heavy monitors. And I'm looking at this dude like music on a computer. No, that's kind of whack. I kind of looked at that in the same vein as a Casio keyboard, because when you get a Casio keyboard, it come with lights. You know what I'm saying? And it come with all these cheesy sounds, and I just couldn't imagine me doing that. But then he let me hear some of the stuff. I'm like, man, okay, that's dope. That's dope, man. I'm gonna have to come along one of these days and get involved some kind of way. And lo and behold, one day I just made that switch, and you know I still have my Triton. I sold my NPC. Um, let's see what this machine is doing here, because this is just ridiculous right here. All right, it looks like it load. I don't know. We're gonna try this one more again, and if it don't works this time, it's more so likely that I will need to reboot my whole system, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to continue working. I apologize. It took me this long to get, but this is my first time back, and I'm just really excited, man. It's more so like, man, I'm just getting caught up, talking to the people, interacting. Um, I hope you guys can. I hope the video is coming through, kind of clear. I can see it clear, but I know that my internet connection is not the great right now. It's not the greatest, and it's probably because of my voice is all scratched up. Is it affecting the internet signal? Oh. All right, so we're gonna get us another shot. We're gonna keep going because you guys were still able to hear the whole, the majority of what I was doing. The only thing that is missing is some elements inside the machine. I have another clap, no, finger snap on top of what I was doing to kind of make it thicker, and it was like a different tone. And then the kick I had, it was riding up under. Well, I actually had a trigger. I had three kicks right here. I had one that was doing the 808 bass, and then I had two more kicks that was kind of making it knock hard, giving that attack, that punch that I need. And so right now it just sounds like a song with bass in it. Okay. All right. It's still not giving me what I want. That's cool. We're gonna keep going. Um, we're gonna keep going. But my contact is still working. That ain't even the same key, I don't think. Yeah, it is. Wow. Wait a second. Oh, it came in. Huh. Cool. Everything I was looking for was came in. You guys probably never really heard a difference, but moving along. All right. So we're gonna switch my screen once more. All right. So basically, what I did was I gave the song an intro as usual. Um, I work with a lot of TV style music, trying to get placed placements on different TV networks. So this is sort of what I do. I have a few things already placed, and this is kind of, I want to say this is what I do as a career. This is what I'm constantly doing, coming up with ideas that I know TV can use. All right, so just by listening, sounds like I want to repeat this one section right here. So the good thing about Studio One 3 is something I wasn't able to achieve inside of Logic Pro X. All right. In Logic Pro X, I had to do something like grab all of the everything that was in this section that I want to duplicate or repeat over into the next section. Or there was something, it was like a drop down, like you can pull down something above here, like above this grid timeline that you see right here. You can pull that down, and then trying to remember what that command was. It was repeat selection, I believe. All right, that was cool. That was cool, and I use that a lot. But in order to do that, you have to have everything already selected inside of a loop to do that, which is cool. Ain't tripping, not one bit. But this is like this is Studio One way of doing it. I could just take, instead of highlighting everything, working with these markers here, I could just grab this and do like that, and everything will follow it, you know, and right click here and just rename it. Um, and matter of fact, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to remove, let's see, delete range. Um, no, that's not what I want to do. I need to, it's not delete range, it's delete, I think. Yeah. And just take this one and extend it like that. And I can also color this as well. Color a different color by clicking here, whatever, make it pretty, that type of thing. I'm very much into the coloring things, and especially labeling, because when I do music production, this gets filled up pretty quick. This is just 11 tracks that I started working on last night. But my tracks can go anywhere from, depending on what I'm doing, I can be at maybe 38 to like 69 or something close to 70 tracks, just music production stuff on its own. And as there has been instances where there were more going on, but this one probably won't be that much, and it just really depends on what I hear. So that's one good thing to me as far as workflow enhancement. So let's see. So let's go here. All right. So the next section is light because of my machine. I need to. This one I did a little different because I usually do things in patterns, but I made it all the way 12 bars. So what I need to do is come in here and and I'm gonna just use my machine to control itself and go to where I need to go. The one thing, the one thing that sucks about um, machine is the transport function cannot control your play, your stop, your record. But it will record inside of Machine Studio. You know, inside the hardware or the software, I should say. But it won't control the entire thing. However, in order to get it to control everything, you would have to switch to the MIDI setting in order to make that happen. That was something I constantly used to do inside of Logic, but I'm not really sure how to do that yet inside of Studio One. But anyway, so as you can see, my cursor just follows, inside the machine. It's the same inside. Everything follows inside of Machine Studio. So what I need to do is, first of all, I'm gonna find where everything is. What I want to do is copy this, and I'm going to build another scene. And I'm trying to see if I could do that inside of. And so that's the thing is, when you working with the plugin, the machine plugin, there are some functions that you are not allowed to access, which is the event page. The event page is where I go all the time, and this is a button like right below the transport. Well, the same section as the transport area is a button called event, and this is where I usually go and copy and paste. But since I don't have that function, what I'm gonna do here is create another scene, and it looks as though I have 4 bars, so I got to create another. I'm just going to create a fresh new pattern, and I'm not going to duplicate because, like I said before, I have I did this one a little differently. So this was actually 1 through 12. So I just have to build a brand new one and take this stuff here and just copy this. And I can't hit the copy button from my machine, but I can't select all, which is kind of crappy. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to pattern 2, and let's paste that there. See, that sucks. And see what it did was it took the same position where everything was, but that's not what I want to do. And I think I could actually nudge that over. Hit nudge on my machine. Yeah, I can nudge that over. Nudge it all the way until it gets to, let's see. I want to make sure I can see what I'm doing. See, I need that event. Need that events page so I can see it. But I'm gonna take it all the way to 1 and just nudge it over like this. Or I could have just drug it in, using my mouse on over. And my pattern is 12 bars long. I don't need it to be that long, so I'm gonna go and adjust it here and come back to 4 bars. And it's a good idea to label your stuff inside of machine as well, because when you look at the pads or the patterns, it will definitely reflect everything as far as the scenes, whatever. So this is just, I don't know, intro part 2, name it whatever. Um, yeah, whatever. I'll label that later. I can't think of what to label it. But the other thing you got to do is hit all. And in my earlier, wait, let's back. So I'll do that. Okay, in my earlier streams, my earlier days of going live, doing this music production live, I had 2 cameras set up. This time I don't have 2 cameras set up. to show you guys exactly what I'm doing inside the machine. But I will in a later date. But this is just just showing you guys real quick what we're doing here. So now when I hit play, everything should follow like so. You know, like how it's peaking there. Start up just a little bit more. I can also add a some sort of I was going to say compressor, but a limiter on or inside a machine. Machine has a limiter. They have all types of plugins actually built in it to prevent it from clipping or whatever. But I just brought down the volume there. So we're just gonna go ahead and just play with some more stuff. Let me see if I have any questions first before I move forward. Um, there's a question here by Usual Music. He says your voice kind of sounds like Little Wayne. LOL. Sorry, I just heard. I just had to say that. Oh, it's no problem, man. It's no problem. It's no problem. I got this little raspiness in my voice because I'm fighting the cold. Slept under the fan one day, and that was like not good. And so I'm getting better. You should have heard me yesterday. So I'm getting a lot better. But I hope you guys enjoying yourself so far. Um, there was a lot of talking, absolutely, because I was experiencing a lot of stupid issues. But I think I'm getting the hang of it now, and I'm just trying to come up with ideas and see how we can fill this track a little bit. Um, Typically, when we're working with TV music, I had people that ask me, "How long should it be?" Well, it really depends on the client. What are they looking for? They usually would tell you how long they want the cue to be. And this is one thing that maybe you guys can help me if I have any experts. If I have any Studio One experts in here, one thing that I love most about Logic Pro was I could see the time and the bars above me here. You know, I was able to see them both. That was something that I love. I don't know if I could do that. I could see it's like either or. If I was to switch the bars to time, that's all I will be able to view. But I need to be able to see the bars because I want, when I do copy and pasting, I want to be able to move stuff and lock to the grid or whatever, you know. And then I also want to see where I am as far as time. So for this particular cue, I want to keep it like close to a minute and 30 seconds. So what I have to do is constantly view down here. So I'm at maybe um, 33 seconds so far. So I have another amount of this to go to get to at least 60. Um, and right now I'm actually thinking of something, some orchestra type stuff I can add to fill this in. I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking. All right, so this is what I'm thinking I'm gonna do here. And this is the instance where I would change the label here because I'm thinking about inserting strings here, you know, bringing in some stuff, making it do some things right here in this section. So, and I had to do the same thing on my machine. Things here and just duplicate it. You can't see what I'm doing because I didn't pull up the screen, the software, the plugin. But all I did was duplicate the scene and going to also duplicate the pattern. And that's very important because if you do not duplicate the pattern as well, you can overwrite the current pattern. So in Machine Studio, what I'm saying is I have it's a little different when you work in the Machine Studio. Machine Studio works based on scenes and patterns. And I know I said that many times, but that's just how it works. In this section right here, the intro part two, I have a pattern here going on, which is labeled as pattern two right now. And then the next section, there needs to be a duplicate. I need to duplicate the scene, which I'm gonna do that now. I've already duplicated, but I'm gonna give it a label actually, so I can, because I like to see it correspond. It would be pretty cool to see some type of way where I can insert, and I guess this will be machines versions of marker, if you will. These are scenes here. This is machines terminology of markers and markers up here. So I like to keep everything corresponding, basically. And I can't stress that enough. I know it slows down the workflow sometimes, and sometimes I forget to do it. But a lot of times I try to remember doing it, because when I go back and need to find that wind chime or something, it's going to be hard to find when you got everything labeled as battery or contact instrument, or you know what I'm saying, the name of the actual kit, but you only inserted one thing. So you just go back and just label that stuff as whatever it is. So yeah, man, that's one of those things I try to do. I'm thinking about inserting strings here some kind of way. But this is one thing I found very pretty. It's pretty cool because this is now we're about to get into something I thought was cool, really cool. Okay, this is my contact instrument, right? Now this is something inside of Studio One 3 that kind of did something to me when you know if you guys have ever worked with timbral instruments inside of Logic, where you have, because you can fill this up. There could be multiple instruments in here doing several things. So right now I have a staccato. What is this? A string, right? A staccato string. All right. So say for instance, I duplicate this. Okay, I just duplicated that quick, right? And I can go ahead and label this as, I don't know, cellos. I don't even know what I want to add next. Um, I'm gonna keep it strings. Now I duplicated the track, but I didn't duplicate the plugin. All right. Technically, this track right here is still activating this here. It just depends on which one. As you can see the meter here is triggering the same plugin. And that's because they both on channel one, right? Now, here's the beautiful part about this. This I'm telling y'all, like, you don't need to go and add timbral instrument, blah blah blah, whatever. The way that I was used to doing it inside of Logic. Inside of Studio One 3, let's go for, let's keep it strings. All right. Now, by default, every time you pull up another instrument, you double click on something inside your contact library, it's going to pull up something at the next channel. So this here is channel one, and this here is channel two, MIDI channel two. We're going to leave it as sustain. Now, when you begin to play, wait, what's going on? Oh, you haven't changed the channel yet. So I don't know if you guys ever came across that problem before. You have to, this is channel two in here, but inside of Studio One, you just click on channel two. That's awesome, freaking awesome. That beats launching several instances of contact. Keep the same plugin, the same instance, and just work the same plugin and build it up to, of course, 16. You can't go past 16. There's only 16 channels in MIDI. So, you can go up to 16. Now, if you want to get into routing everything out, I believe I have to spend another day and show you guys how to do this, routing everything out where everything have its own individual routing down here, and then it will reflect in your mixer window, and then you click here and then you do things, assign different things to blah 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 blah, right? And then in your front window you should see, you know what I'm saying? But right now everything is coming in on this one channel, and watch how I change here. So everything is stereo right here on this channel. Now, sometimes for me that works because I usually mix inside of the plugin. I don't really have a need to try to split out everything one by one, because for one, contact stuff sounds awesome, but in any event that I need to do separate processing, to do something separate from everything else, most likely I will do one or two things. I will bounce it out by itself, solo it or whatever, or I will, go this route if I feel like doing all of that, or I'll simply um, do pretty much everything from here, because you can actually, there's a lot of other functions in here that you can, you know, fumble with or whatever. You can change the reverb and the amount of reverb, and change the articulation. Also, key switching, I'm into that very heavy, so you can do that if you want to like switch between different like the Piz and the tremolo, staccato, and the forte piano or whatever. You can do that as well. For those who want more of a performance type vibe. Performing, like, you just need staccato, and for the people who can play. Just not for me. I use them sometimes, but people that can play, they need that, you know, access, which is pretty cool. But anyway, I'm just babbling and babbling. I'm just excited, y'all. But actually, I'm a very talkative person, because when we talking about music production stuff, I just go on and on and on. But I do know I have a variety of beginners that's watching, and they sometimes they get lost, and I like to explain what I'm doing. So, all right. Wow. I need to, let's see, let's change. Yeah. I'm gonna try to feel something here. Try to get with the vibe here. I like what I just did. Let me see what I can do. Um, any commercials in mind? No, I'm thinking more so like probably like a commercial for a vehicle, like something new, like I don't know, like a sports vehicle, a luxury sports vehicle with that sexy sleek vibe or something like that. Please excuse that rude dog. So rude. See, I'm over here recording, trying to do this, and just barking away, man. It's irritating sometimes. Well, irritating every day, but you know. Oh, okay. Something like that. So, all right, let's 2, 3, 4. That was pretty cool, but I don't want to go there. So, not a keyboard player, so bear with me. I gotta go to the A. E, then A. Okay. Dang. Okay. 2, 3, 4. And then delete the other one. All right. Hmm. Okay. I got it. I got it. I'm just thinking. And I'll just do something right here to kind of fill it up. Whatever. Quantize. So this is something I follow also. I have a chart on my desktop that I follow in regards to panning, the proper panning. So when I'm doing orchestra, bringing in things that reflect that style, I like to pan things according to this chart here. So I have a string here, and let's see, where is that? I got violins, violas. Pretty much, pretty much they're going to be the violins here, like around here in this section. So, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So pretty much like that. I'm gonna go back here, and I actually have violins in here, but the strings are violins in a sense. You know what I mean? So I will probably kind of let's see. Yeah, I'll just keep it like that, and violas. Let's see if we can add some violas in here somewhere. Violins, violas. All right. And here we're gonna violas. All right. And we're gonna change this to channel 3. Kind of pan it off to the right a little bit. So the vowels don't go past, what's that, E? E5, I think. All right, let's do that. 2, 3, 4. Hit it on up. Should be the E instead of F. Heard be hearing stuff. Let's go and see. Let's add these cellos in here. And the great thing about this is, as I duplicate a new track, I'm really not pulling from the CPU here because I'm using the same plugin, which is pretty dope, you know, for doing stuff like this. Oh, channel 4. So now we get the octave down. Yeah, just really unsure what I want to do. And this is pretty much how I do things. I just, hear things and just put it together. And the whole idea is not to do, not to put in as much as you can, you know. It's putting in enough. Trying to get my screen back. What's going on? Okay. Got a little matrix thing going on here. Trying to get it back. All right. Okay. For some reason, don't want to let me come back. It's like I'm stuck here. Okay. Not really sure why my camera's not working. Okay. Wow. Okay. Anyway, it's pretty weird. It's pretty weird. Pretty weird. That has never happened before. Wow. Okay. We got some courses here, and we're gonna kind of go from here. Is Studio One somewhat customizable? Like you can move the transport bar to the top, like Pro Tools. That's something simple, but I like to know. Um, like you can move the transport bar to the top. Um, I know you can move the transport bar. Okay, let's go. Show you guys that. As far as uh, now, I do know you can move your transport bar down here, like from right to left, and this here up here moves as well. And as far as like, you can also view other little windows. Like you can view the time here. You know, you can do that. You can also bring up the MIDI monitor. Well, that's not nothing you want to look at, but let's see what else. The video player. If you had videos in here, that's how that looks. Um, there's some other windows you can look at. Show cloud, blah blah blah. These are things that are like on the side here. But yeah, that's about that's about all that I know as far as moving the transport bar. But the thing that I thought was pretty cool as far as the mix window is the ability to do this. You can move stuff up, change things like that. Say I can also expand this here. Just have more room. And the thing I like about this is you can also move up and down your strings and your inserts as well. But you can, I don't have anything in here. But anyway, yeah, you do that. I thought this window was pretty cool, especially for a a fresher, different look at things, a new look or whatever. You know, pretty cool for when you make them like on the board or something. You know, so you can do that, change everything up here and there. Yep. So yeah, that's. Hope I answered your question. There, I'm really trying to get back my view. I don't know why it's not letting me come back. This is crazy. Trying to get my camera view back. Maybe I need to um, plug my camera or something and plug it back in. My setup is totally different from what I'm used to. Actually, I got some things that is missing from how I do things, so I'm just kind of trying to toggle everything best way I can. There's something really fishy going on with my camera here. Camera don't want to. I promise you guys, next week this is gonna be something that I'm gonna try to have nailed. I'm gonna try to nail this by next week. But more than anything, I really feel like um, this has a lot to do with the um, the internet speed I have here, and I need to upgrade pretty soon because I'm not really satisfied with the internet here. Okay, now my camera wants to come back. I think I can come back, but I don't know. It's still not letting me come back. But anyway, it won't show my beautiful face to you guys, which is sad. That's very sad. But anyway, we are approaching the end of our video, our live session here. Answer a few more questions before I leave. This question is it's coming from Shuffle Master. I've been a Logic Pro user for a while. I also have Studio One 3, and I still think Logic Pro is easier to get around. Well, that is, and I'll say I agree with you 100%. And the reason why I say that is because I really believe like everything is all about workflow. It's all about what you suggest, what you're used to. If you're used to doing things in one DAW, Logic Pro, for instance, then why change? Because I feel like Logic Pro is an awesome program. It is. It really is. I love Logic Pro, and I can still say that to today. When I talk about Logic Pro, it's not really in a bashful way, although sometimes I kind of say it like that. But I still have Logic Pro, in my system, in my setup, or whatever, and I use it from time to time. It's just that I feel, me personally, me in my workflow, I feel like Studio One is something new, fresh, and different, and to me, it's a little faster to me. Um, when you moving, anytime you moving from DAW to DAW, you it's always going to be something new. It's going to slow you down a little bit, but it's like anything else that you learn. It takes time in the beginning, and then once you begin to do it over and over and over, you will obviously speed up in your flow. So that's what's going on. I slowed down tremendously because this was a new DAW, something new for me, but I sped up a little bit. So now I have little short commands and different things, key commands and things like that and stuff. I have my keyboard connected to where I can utilize my my transport functions on here. I can press play, record, stop, rewind, loop. I can also go to the next patch within the plugin with no problem. I can learn different things with no problem with the keyboard I have, and also have my faders set to do certain things, and the knobs and the other knobs and buttons assignable to different things. So it works for me. It's definitely working. So yeah, that's what's up. All right, the next question is K. I subscribed to your channel a couple of weeks ago, and I like your style and production, also your attitude. I'm looking to collab with somebody that's serious as me. I like to get in touch with you privately somehow. Thanks. No problem. No problem. No problem. I have no problem with that. I am that person. I'm very serious about what I do. This is what I do. Anybody that goes to school and spend all this money and get a degree in it, obviously gotta, that's one way to say you serious. And I'm definitely serious about what I do, you know. But the thing is, a lot of times when people connect with me, they say they serious, and their seriousness never really matches up with my seriousness. So a lot of times it don't work out with people. But I'm not saying that that's you, but um, I'm dedicated to music. I'm dedicated to collabing with people. You got some good stuff, man. This is what's up, man. We can work together, and I appreciate you for subscribing to my site, subscribing to my channel. I encourage everyone to go to my website, www.ksound.com. I spell Ksound with two D's at the end, so that's KSOUNDD.com. Visit my website. I'm blogging a lot on there. Well, I haven't been blogging lately, but I blog. Just put it like that. So I blog on there, and I try to keep the things that's going on with K Sound current on the website. I try not to leave it abandoned. You know what I mean? So I have a lot of people that also contact me through my website. You can also do that too. Go to the contact page, and I have all of my social links available there on the site where you guys can find me. I'm on Instagram, but it's different on Instagram. It's KJ, and I probably need to change that or build another account. But it's KJEIH on Instagram. So you can look for me on Instagram. I'm also on Twitter. It's actually K Sound, KSOUNDD. I'm K Sound on Twitter. I'm on Facebook, K Sound on Facebook, on my fan page, facebook.com/K Sound. Whereas I'm a bit of everywhere. Um, whereas I'm on SoundCloud as well, soundcloud.com/KJKJEIH. That's how I spell my name. You can also, you can also find me as Kevin Ellop. That's also another name that I go by. I am Kevin Ellop. I'm also KJ. KJ is a nickname that was given to me when I was a kid. KJ simply stands for Kevin Jr. But I'm also known as Kevin Ellop, which is also my name because my first name is Kevin and my middle name is Eli, and with the first initial of my last name, which is Butts. So it's Kevin Eli Butts Jr. That's my full name. I'm giving y'all my full government name. But um, the way you can find me is either Kevin Ellop or KJ. Either or is fine. Um, so it's Eli with the B, the first initial of my last name. So that's kind of how I came up with that. All right, so um, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. I cannot get my video to come back for some reason. I don't know why. This is like crazy. But yeah. But I think I've spent all of the time that I have, and um, look for me again next Thursday. Next Thursday we're gonna do this again, 12 o'clock, and I'm gonna try to be prompt because I know what to look for now. Now that I'm back, I have some things and I want to do, and I definitely want to you know be a little bit more professional next time. All right. All right, y'all. It was fun. Appreciate all the questions. You guys were awesome. Yeah, subscribe to the site because the next time I go live, it will be like when you go on the channel, it'll say next broadcast date. I'm not sure when I'm gonna actually update that, but it'll be there. And then I usually send out a mass. Um, you know what? The best way I say the best way to know about these events is if you was to I don't even know. There's just so many ways to stay. If you guys just keep your phones on, keep your phones on. Go to my website. I'll try to alert everybody that way. When you go to the website, you can just join my subscription, my email list, and I will um try to keep up with that and letting everybody know when I go live. But I'm doing this every Thursday, so you should know where I am every Thursday, 12 o'clock. I'm here right here on this channel, YouTube.com/KSound. You know, I'm right here. So, all right, I'm out for real.